As you begin your new year and you're pursuing improving your life, just remember that it's not about being perfect at anything, but rather it's about progress. So focus on progress rather than perfection, because perfection is a silly idea. You're never gonna be 100% perfect right at first, unless of course you're some sort of freak of nature. But you still might be a freak of nature, because being a freak of nature, to be a freak of nature, you don't even need to be perfect. And being a freak of nature, you probably are a freak of nature, but you're just not a freak at being perfect, and that's okay. Just being a freak is pretty freaking awesome. So don't focus on perfection. Focus on progress. And even though you might fail, instead of going, "Oh no, it was me. I'm a terrible rough person," say, "Hey, oh well, I'll just give another go at it. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye."
I
love that guy, man. I love that guy.
That's biblical shit.
That dude, he is biblical as fuck, man.
He's fucking Moses, man.
That's awesome. It is Mornings with the Dred. And of course, Bobby 2 Trill, B2 Trill. You can never be 2 Trill.
I could
Kelly 2 Trill and Loszilla, her better half, man. Good friend of mine. And Tom is in the chat. Happy New Year. It is the very first show of the new year on the first day. How was you guys' New Year? This is the first New Year in quite a while. I woke up not hungover. It's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking awesome, man.
Nice. I had a few drinks.
You guys went out. Now, Kelly, you mentioned you guys went out, took kids out, and you're banging fucking pans and shit like that. I used to do that, man. Yeah. I thought, is that just a Baltimore thing? I think we used to have the kids here. They can do it. It's just a Baltimore thing, Bobby.
I think so, we did it here, and nobody else was outside. There was not shit outside, and a friend of ours came up, and they live in New Freedom, and she was like, "No one does that here. You're not in Middlesex anymore." I was like, "Yeah, I guess you're right."
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, we used to do them. We used to do it. We did the pots thing. Tom from This Is Tom's World, he says we did the pots and pans thing when I was a kid, cool. And he's in PA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lives there in PA. So I don't know. Maybe it's an East Coast thing. I never seen in Philly, and I never seen anybody around here do them. Do the whole pots and pans thing. So that was a memory unlocked.
That's actually why I made sure to stay up this year, because we watched this medium, and she's from Baltimore, but she did like a live one time talking about what people's traditions were on New Year's and if they had similar ones to hers. And there was a couple people that popped on, and they were like, I think most of them were from Baltimore also, but they said, "Oh, I just remember banging pots and pans and that being such a big, memory from when I was a kid." So I was like, we need to stay up and make sure we're still creating those memories with the kids. So
hell yeah, we get drunk on New Year. Get fuck crunk.
All right, I will.
All right, man. No, I've got very unhealthy habits. So last night I'm eating Swiss Miss right out of the fucking bucket with a spoon. I don't even put it in hot water. I don't even get to that hot chocolate. I'm just straight right out of the spoon, watching true crime, stoned as hell, eating fucking Swiss Miss out of the bucket. That's how I spent New Year's.
If you put the Swiss Miss on a spoon, man, and put a couple drops of water, it forms a film on the top of it, and you could break that film with your finger, and it goes back into Swiss Miss again. It's pretty
Shut
interesting. Little
up.
science experiment for you. Oh yeah, he used to do it when I was a kid. I'd eat it like
We
that.
had Bill Nye the Science fucking guy here, man.
That's probably where I learned it.
It might have been. That's pretty interesting. Wow. Huh.
Y'all made any New Year's resolutions?
You know,
I don't want to lie to myself.
yeah, mine's pretty much. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna stay on this path, I guess. I mean, it's not really a resolution because I started it before the new year, but
Yeah.
it was a late year, mid-year resolution. Welcome, farm boy. Happy New Year to you too. Hippie
I
New
made-
Year.
I made a resolution to go against everything really hard that's woke.
Nice.
Yeah, no matter what it is. Somebody gives me shit for some stupid shit, man, I'm just going to go to jail.
All right.
He's starting to hear off wild. We're gonna be doing
I
Trill
know,
Crime
man.
now
He ain't
podcast.
fucking around. B2 Trill. I mean, if you woke, you gonna be asleep.
Hey, Carlos, just because I'm asking everybody, man, who killed Cheryl Coker?
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Oh my gosh, you've watched our show.
I can't keep up. See, this
Yeah,
is-
I don't think Los is up there, but I do. I'm glad you brought that up because I do want to ask
the
Los
lady with her husband.
is on the whole Cheryl Coker, or not Cheryl Coker, Delphi. I know you've looked a little bit into that. Kelly said you looked a little bit into that Delphi murder.
Kelly,
Just in general, what's your thoughts on that?
Dude, it should be a movie. Like that sounds like a horror script. You know what I mean? Like that is it's fascinating, man. Like of course, you know, we all know that like human nature is wild as shit. But like to see it like in the headlines and to see it to follow the story, I guess, and how like it went dead and then rose and then kind of quieted down and like it's this roller coaster. Like it's almost like a sitcom, like, you know,
Yeah.
well, stay tuned. What's gonna happen next? Like,
Yeah.
there's so much shit, and
It never stops.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it's crazy because like you know, we in Baltimore, you can't get away with anything. It seems like, and then you think about it, or you know,
Unless you
people
take
get
'em to
away with
Leakin
mad
Park.
shit.
Yeah, Leakin Park, you
Yeah.
can just get rid of anybody.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I've been watching Yellowstone a lot lately, and then like you know how they cover up all their shit, and I'm like, dude, like there's so much shit. Like,
Lot
It's
of
like the
corruption.
Wild West. It
Yeah.
really is, man.
yeah,
It really it does happen, man. It goes on.
yeah.
It's wild.
Like I used to be like way into like conspiracy theories, and now I was kind of like driving myself nuts with it. So I was kind of like, you know, let me focus on getting my shit together before I try to.
Now we're
Yeah.
switching places. I'm getting into the conspiracy theories, and I'm like, hey, listen to this shit. And he's like, Kelly?
I used to drive her crazy. She's like, you're stupid. Like 9/11 was not an inside job, and I'm telling you.
We used to go back and forth, but now he's like he said, I force feed him the Trill Crime all the time. Like, hey, listen, guess what
Yeah.
happened? Listen to this.
I'm not good with details and with names, but then like when you said the lady's name, I was like, I think that's the one with the husband. Like,
Yeah.
the husband is
The husband
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one that's just here right up the street, man.
insane.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
Anybody who looks into it for 5 minutes knows who did it,
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
for the grand jury and the prosecutor.
Right.
I mean, the residents of Huber Heights, of Riverside, you know, they all know. I mean, it's no big secret, you know, all of her best friend, her childhood friends and everything, who we're going to have some of them on the show, possibly next week. Not sure. Speaking of true crime though, man,
Sorry, I'll be right back.
no, that's fine. I need to address something. And this just happened. Happy New Year, CW. What'd she say here? We've got one of your murderers over here. Can someone come and take her back to Colorado? We don't want her.
Who was that?
Oh, he's talking about take her back to Colorado. I'm sorry. I'm not even hungover, but I did have a big bowl of Wheaties. So maybe I'm just not understanding. But I do have to say this, man. All right. We all got word probably, within about a week ago that, well, I'll just come out and call them out. Fuck them. The Murder Sheet. They took. I'm hearing myself now.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing it. How about that?
Yeah, I don't hear myself now. I don't
Awesome.
think. Yeah.
Here you go.
Anyway, they do a podcast, okay? Mainly about Delphi, because they are there locally. Now, everybody, Bobby, you said it the best, maybe they don't understand what the true crime community is all about. On our Trill Crime shows, it's because they're not Trill, they're true. We're Trill. There's a difference. Where was I going with that? It was a big bowl of Wheaties.
Yes. You see what happened to Bruce Jenner with the Wheaties? Don't be like that.
Don't snort the marijuanas. You'll be tucking your thing between your legs. Anyway, see how
You wouldn't look good with breast, brother.
I'd fuck me so hard. All right.
I'm telling you, we're going. I didn't tell Carlos, but Bob, you'll have to be in with us too. We're gonna check out the Buffalo Bill House. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
where
they filmed Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
They have it as like a hotel now, and I was telling Kurt when you guys come out. I think how far did I say it was? Like 3 hours from us.
Yeah, it wasn't that far. Yeah, it was about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to check out the Buffalo Bill House, if they're into horror, the Silence of the Lambs filming house where Buffalo Bill lived, they actually have a hotel there. The guy's really down to earth. He's awesome. We've met him, and you can definitely check it out. He does discounts randomly throughout the year. They actually rebuilt the well in the basement, so you can get down and take pictures in there. It's super cool. So if you're into that, check it out.
In the basket.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, you were talking about Murder Sheet. And
so, Murder Sheet. All right. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own. I mean, as you mentioned, Bobby, this true crime community is about open discussion. We can learn from each other. And sometimes we learn things that about maybe another show or a somebody else, another content creator, that what they're saying is maybe not 100% factual, that maybe they're pushing a certain narrative and holding things back to keep that narrative alive and well, which is not what this is supposed to be, because they think, you hear a lot of these content creators say, oh, well, I want, we want justice, we want truth, but yet some of them are kind of playing sides, and at least it seems that way to me. Murder Sheet, the criminality with your host Teresa. She took, and out of a 3-hour show, played 30 seconds of part of Murder Sheet's podcast. And within that time, the whole 3 hours was fine. Once they played that, and from what I'm gathering, I don't know what was said, but they were either challenging Murder Sheet's narrative on a particular aspect of the Delphi case that pissed Murder Sheet off. Apparently, everything Murder Sheet says when it comes to Delphi is somehow fucking copyrighted, even though by law, if you use under a certain amount of time, it falls under fair use. And you can use that. You don't have, those... you don't have, you can't play 2 seconds. No, you can play up. They played 30 seconds Murder Sheet didn't like it and had their video taken down. The actual show is back up on Criminality again. That is the name of it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You can watch it, but it is the edited version.
That's bullshit. That just makes me so angry. And
it is unreal. I wish somebody would take some of our shit that we've said, because we've made some pretty damn good points. We're kind of a no holds barred type shit. You know, we're gonna throw names out there when other ones are like, oh, we can't say this. We'll say BH or we'll say EF. No, it's Elvis Fields. It's Brad Holder. Okay, it's Patrick Westphal. You know, what the fuck? They're all in the memorandum that came out, a few months ago. We all knew. We all had it.
It's Bill Coker.
We knew the names.
It's Bill Coker.
It's Bill Coker.
100%.
You don't live that.
It's crazy because everybody in the true crime community, as far back as it goes, when I was starting the Jack the Ripper stuff 20 years ago and 15 years ago, starting Reddit up and stuff, nobody would ever agree with anybody getting canceled because of something that they have to say or showing something from somebody. The true crime community is one of those places I don't think will have it. You know, it's all about open discussion. You're going to have your arguments about your persons of interest, your suspects, but that's what the fun of it is. You know,
I mean, not everybody is going to agree. Some people may think Richard Allen is guilty. Some people may think he was involved in some regards, whether he actually committed the crime or not. He was implicit in it somehow.
You know what? You know, this goes back to my New Year's resolution.
Me, young man. I'll tell you what.
Back to my New Year's resolution. You know what we call it when people don't want the other side or anybody else to be heard? We call it fucking woke. And I said I'm going to go hard against that. Everybody has the right to be heard. If you ain't hearing every side, you're never going to get it. You know, if you're pigeonholed by one side, whether it's blue or red or anything else, man, you're never going to get the whole story. You're always going to look the fool in the end.
Because I used to actually follow them and I used to watch a lot of their shows. I can tell you, and I'm going to put it out there just because we're on the morning show and not our Trill Crime show. I try to keep it a little classier on there. But if you want to be a whiny little bitch, be a whiny little bitch. But I'm not going to watch you again. That's for damn sure. I will never watch another one of their shows again.
Right on.
You can keep that shit right where it is. And it's sad because they do have a lot of factual information. But they do. They play their narrative. It's the, oh, well, I'm not going to actually say. We're just going to give you the facts. But every single time it alludes to what their narrative is. And that's fine. I don't give a shit. We give our opinions. But at the same time, if you want to act like that because someone shared 30 seconds of your video, you can keep that shit right over there. Forget that.
Well, anybody has my permission, our permission to share any part of any video that we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, bad publicity is still good publicity.
Yeah.
Hell, get the information out there. The whole point of the true crime community is to get the information out there and get these cases solved. The more people talking about it, the better. And if you're shutting them down because they're talking about it, there's something wrong with that. That's weird. It's not okay. I just don't
I mean, they tried to shut him up because they were going against. They had difference of opinions. We had people that come into the chat that have difference of opinion. You know, and that's fine. Yeah. You don't have to agree with us. That's the beautiful thing, man. You don't have to agree with us. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the way I go to sleep every night. I don't care. We're having opinions. Sometimes on certain things, one of us may have a different opinion than the other one, and we do the show together. It happens. It's okay. But like you said, Bobby, that's what brings about good discussion and that, God forbid, speculation. Before I forget, I know you wanted to say something, Bobby. Remember the prosecution was like, oh man, no, we can't have these little clips on YouTube and social media. But it's okay if Murder Sheet goes on court TV every other fucking night.
Gosh, and I hope
it's that narrative. That's okay. That's okay to be a content creator if you're pushing the right fucking narrative.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes you
I think
wonder
it's
though,
something
how do they how are they getting all this paperwork from the courts? I mean, I know they're lawyers, but from what I understand, the dude's a copyright lawyer or something. But how do they get, right
And
into
she's
the
a
courts?
journalist.
Yeah, she's a journalist, but they get preferential treatment among podcasters. And people have been wondering that for a while. Like, what's the story with these two? Like you said, they're on court TV and stuff. And then to come out and put a copyright strike against one of your fellow true crimers, I don't know. It's suspicious to me, and it makes me look at them kind of weird.
Yep.
Little stink eye.
Yeah. I'm watching you.
Yeah.
We need your stink eye now. Where's your stink eye?
Whoa, look at him. Look at the crazy eyes there, man. All right. Now I'm gonna read out a couple headlines, and I want this is the fun part. I'm gonna read out a couple headlines. I want you guys to tell me which one you want to go through first. All right. Cops. All right. This is it says cops. Pastor tried to deep fry McDonald's cook. Oh, it gets better. Fall of the couch of Usher. Woman busted for beating man with Christmas tree.
Damn.
A 32-year-old man was busted for alleged poultry pelting at a Wawa store. Well, which one? There was another one. A man arrested and jailed while wearing "I just got out of prison" T-shirt.
I want to hear about deep fried dude in McDonald's. That sounds
Deep fried pastor.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to share the fucking screen with you guys so you can see it with me. Whoa. Here we go, boy. This fucking technology right here. Look at that. All right. Look at this guy. He's a pastor. He looks like
he's from Death Row. He looks like Suge Knight in that picture.
Damn.
Latoya Gladney, 44-year-old manager in training at McDonald's in North Carolina, told police that her employees were disrespecting her last night, so she called her husband to assist her. Brought in the pastor. You think he'd be kind-hearted? No, he did not choose to turn the other cheeks. Cops say Walden walked into the kitchen and began punching Theodore Garlington at McDonald's cook in the face.
You sure this wasn't Baltimore?
I need my fucking glasses here. What's that?
You sure this wasn't Baltimore?
I know, right? He looks like he should be doing hard time. Walden, Dwayne Waden, I guess. Also allegedly wrapped his hands around Garlington's neck and began pushing his head towards the deep fryer.
Damn, he didn't even batter him yet. You got to batter him before you deep fry him.
That was the punching in the face. Get a little battery in there. Hey, tenderize.
That was good. They'll play
Tenderize
on
He said he tried, man. Well, first you don't succeed, try again. That's how they serve up their burgers in Chicago, I'm pretty sure.
Both sides of the McDonald's line. Trust me, sometimes some punching is okay.
Garlington suffered a large contusion on to the forehead and right eye, along with scratches on his neck. At High Point Police Department, officers interviewed witnesses and reviewed the store security footage. Waden was arrested for assault. No battering. Bond was set at $1,000. His trial is set for the 22nd of this month. It is unclear what effect last night's melee will have on Gladney's managerial aspirations at McDonald's.
Oh shit, man!
They end these so well sometimes. All right, what's next? What do we want? Fall the couch of Usher?
I was just
Woman
thinking,
busted-
man, that pastor was really trying to baptize him for good. Be your last baptism.
Be your last baptism.
It's wild. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, yeah. What?
Hey.
All right. Where should we go now? Anybody have anything else they want to say on the pastor?
Man, I don't know what else to say about that, man. I'm not guilty.
No, he said he didn't do it. He's the man of the cloth. He wouldn't do that. All right, I'll pick this one. Woman busted for beating man with a Christmas tree. You know, there's a lot of things that you could use when you get into an argument. But nothing says Christmas like swinging a Christmas tree at your significant other.
That's a great story for future generations, though, kids. Really is.
Yeah.
You know, your grandma tried to beat the shit out of your grandpa with a Christmas tree.
Decking more than the halls.
You decking more than the halls, that's for sure.
She was just trying to stick it up his ass so he could be the angel on the top.
That's the Christmas spirit right there.
That?
At least there's no pooper pistols involved in this story.
Oh, yeah.
There might be. Look at her.
I know.
She isn't crazy. I got a pistol look in her fucking eyes.
She does. Apparently, this all started over a little verbal altercation about infidelity. Christmas Eve morning. Cops say that he tried to get away. He tried to de-escalate it and separate himself from her. He went into the living room around 3:40 a.m. Rivera, right there, followed the man into the living room where he was lying on the couch, minding his own business. She picked up a Christmas tree and began. I just got a mental picture of her just, pissed off, because he's sticking his pecker willy in somebody else, and takes the Christmas tree and starts beating the shit out of him with it. That is hilarious.
See, more fucked up as the eyewitness was Santa.
Right.
He was in the corner going, damn, I was about to deliver some gifts. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah, you get coal. The tree battering. Now we got some battering here. The tree battering resulted in the victim sustaining numerous minor scratches over much of his upper body and arms. She was booked into the county jail around 2:40 on Christmas Day.
Nice.
The tree
we ran
was
out
not.
of Oreo cookies, but we got a couple Christmas trees out there I can beat your ass with today.
Oh shit.
I understand.
I told him about the Oreo cookie thing, and I said, "Watch out, they're coming for you." How old was that? So, I mean, everybody's getting beat with something nowadays. It seems
Never
like.
seen her put a tray of Oreo cookies down.
This is
That's
true.
fucking great.
Good morning, Jody. Joni. I always
Hey.
want to call her Jody because
That's funny, man.
this is Dred's. The tree,
know.
in case anybody was wondering, the tree was not seized as evidence.
Well, what the hell? Why not?
Probably the same reason that they didn't collect the tree branches off of Abby and Libby.
Yeah.
Boom!
Right. Well, I can't imagine that. I've been hit with a lot of stuff from girls, but never a fucking Christmas tree.
See, at least I don't actually beat you with anything. I just talk about it.
Well, I know on the East Coast they have Wawas, so you may want to keep Kelly out of a Wawa because this is just giving her more, ammo for lack of a better way of putting it. Claiming his food order was not properly cooked, an aggrieved customer struck a Wawa worker with a piece of chicken. covered in spicy Nashville sauce that got into the victim's eye.
Oh,
Hell yeah, buddy.
man.
It's horrible.
It is. It's disturbing, really. Everything that's happening with food. Man, we're supposed to eat that.
I know. You're not supposed to beat each other with it, man. This
Now-
is in Florida, by the way.
He's
Oh, that
slathering
makes sense.
people.
I
Waiting
know.
to bake.
Imagine that. Daniel here, which he looks like a very upstanding young man.
Oh, yeah.
1:20 a.m. So you know he was probably under the influence of something.
Yeah, he don't smoke meth or nothing.
No. Misdemeanor
Definitely wasn't a
battery
bowl of
charge.
Wheaties.
He's 32 years old. Who at 32 goes into a Wawa and starts throwing chicken at the workers? That guy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
from 16 to like 30, I've been alleged of such things. And one time I was working 612s with the plumbing union, and I went in and I living check to check. I had in the last couple of bucks I bought a turkey wrap, with all the fixings. I was so excited to actually have lunch that day. There was no fucking turkey in this wrap. Yeah, so some things may have been thrown that day, but
Okay.
our lunch. So you
Damn.
can only do so much in 30 minutes.
Dude, I don't, it kind of makes sense. Everything does. You've been in a Walmart lately, dude? The humanity. It don't even have to be in the city, man. Any Walmart that you go into, I can't stand it. Not for no more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
People
it's
getting right in your way and rude, and it takes all types.
It
That's just the way
reminds me of
society's
being at work.
becoming. They want to be this dude.
Yeah.
Throw fucking chicken at me, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'll catch you with my mouth.
You just gave me a free meal. Thanks, buddy.
He lives
he
about what's that?
That's the guy right there. I could tell by his picture who would get really mad in a Walmart and throw a piece of chicken at me, find himself underneath me being fucking pummeled for 20 minutes and then wondering why afterwards. Why am I in the hospital? You know what we call that?
He was too woke for Bobby.
That's right. Woke. That has woke written all over it. Look at him.
It says woke. I'm gonna give you some time to go on a rant about that, being that is your New Year's resolution. I feel that a proper warning should be put out there to people to don't come at Bobby Too Trill with some woke shit.
Well, everybody knows what the woke shit is. Any normal person does, and they hate it. They hate it when somebody's coming at you with some really stupid shit, man. Calling you all kinds of names. You did this, you did that. I'm like, really?
I did.
What the fuck was this, man? I'm just done with it. I felt like I got beat up a little bit last year over some woke shit, and this year I feel like some redemption's needed. And I'm gonna make a comeback. I'll see you guys after I get out of jail.
Making a comeback like Corey Feldman.
No, I took a lot of shit because I try to be a passive dude and stuff, but this ain't gonna happen no more, man. A dude like this throwing chicken at me, yep, that's jail sentence for me for a while.
We'll keep it Trill while you're in.
Yeah, and I hope
Journey says if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
he definitely is. That's why he's throwing chicken.
Right.
It just amazes me that we live in a society where that guy didn't get beat down for that. Man, we live in a totally different time than we used to. And that's why I'm against the woke. I'm not going to rant too much on it. I'm just going to be Bobby Too Trill. And if it's too Trill, then people can just
It's unbeatable.
Oh,
Good morning,
man.
Donna. Yeah, what a way to start, huh? That's what the morning show is all about. Let's see. But as with the Christmas tree, the chicken was not seized as evidence.
It was eaten.
It was eaten.
It got it.
It got it.
A lot of weird food stuff going on right now.
There really is.
People beating each other with trees.
Check this picture out. This chick was in a hotel room and she tried to hide in the sofa bed because she had a warrant for arrest, and they came and she hid in the sofa bed.
Well, damn. That's
I
thinking.
didn't think a human could fit in a sofa bed like that.
I know I can't.
That's determination.
Walk around the midsection.
Talking about some true crime shit, just bringing it up with this. I made
Yeah.
him watch that show Frogging. People can fit in some wild ass places and live
What's it
there for
called?
months. It's called Frogging. I can't remember what channel it's on. But
haven't
just
been right
search
since.
Frogging, and it's like people that basically live in your house without you knowing for like months to like years. And like you leave for work and they come chill in your house and use all your stuff. Like this one,
Your crawl space and stuff.
yeah, in your attic. Like this one dude was in someone's closet for like months, and they'd leave and he'd use all their, their food, and like one of them was licking somebody's mirrors. That's how they realized.
What
The other
the
dude
fuck?
was using the computer. They found the
Mirror
videos on the
lickers?
computer. Yeah, I'm like, these people are living in these tiny ass places. And I'm like, man, after watching that, like, I believe anything.
That's like some
just
people
wild.
under the stairs type shit,
Yeah,
man, with little
yeah.
rat boy living in the fucking walls and shit.
Oh,
I have heard
real
about,
life.
some cases of that shit happening.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, man, people go through some shit to try and get these people out of their own house.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And see us, like, we'd be like, who the fuck are you? Get out. Like, you're grabbing a gun. This one episode we watched, this chick comes around the corner, finds this dude, like, in the fetal position in her closet, wearing her clothes with, like, lipstick all over his face. His hair's all crazy. And she's like, who are you? Why are you here? Would you like a cup of tea? Let's talk this out. Carlos is like, what the fuck? Grab the gun. What are you doing? Like,
Beat
that's
his
some
ass with a
stuff,
baseball
man.
bat.
Yes. Like, what? We are not having tea over this shit. Get out. Yeah. You need to check out that show. Sorry, I just thought of that when she's living
No,
or
no,
hiding in a mattress.
We need to invent human-sized rat traps.
Yeah.
I think we found one right there.
Yeah.
Just clamp them shut. They're in there just jerking all around when you come and see them. I think we caught one, Dad.
Look, we got ourselves a live one here.
Don't put a bowl of Wheaties out. We might catch Kurt in there.
You will catch me in there. Yeah, she was in the Bella Oasis Hotel. And again in Florida. After being extracted from the furniture.
Oh my God.
That's what happens when it's nice all year round in your state. The freaks just stay out.
They do. You need
We get a break.
weather, just like you need the cold weather to get rid of all the bugs in the summer.
Oh yeah.
You need cold weather in Florida, otherwise these fucking weirdos just keep running around. Not everybody in Florida is the fucking weirdo, because I got some friends in Florida.
Right.
I'm going to Florida and Orlando. Wish me the best. And in February to Orlando for a film festival. I hope I make it back.
Don't
I'm
catch leprosy.
kind of scared. I would almost rather go like wrestle some weird animal in Australia than go to fucking, because everything out there kills you.
He'd
We're
rather
so, I
shoot
mean,
some
you want to
gators.
know how pussyfied we are here in the States? Go to fucking Australia for about a week. My daughter did, though. My youngest daughter, Haley.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, she went out there. Hell, she's crazy. This chick is crazy, and she watches true crime. She went to Chicago by herself just to go.
Wow.
I'm like, you are calling every fucking night. Every night you were calling us, make sure you're still alive. Chicago has like one of the highest fucking murder rates, in the United States, and you're going there just to hang out. What the hell?
Hopefully there's no more recent H.H. Holmes out there. Gosh, she might not have made it home. Hanging out in the murder house.
It's weird though, really, because I heard that Chicago was MAGA country. At least that's what Jussie Smollett said.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Chicago in forever. I was only there once ever.
I was there. Took Mrs. Dred to go see David Gilmour out there. That was a good show. It's actually part of, I thought that, Chicago was going to be a little bit, dirtier and just nasty. And where we were at, it wasn't. I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I guess every place has their, it's a crack block, good block,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shoot your ass block, good block.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that live there is the thing. Freaking ridiculous
Too
population.
many humans. Yeah, too many humans in closed quarters brings about disastrous, results.
Yeah.
It really does. We need limited, social fucking, we got too much, man. We start hating each other, I think.
Yeah, I mean, food's starting to dwindle and shit. You got pastors trying to fucking deep fry people. Well, you're getting desperate times here, folks.
I'm sorry, Loszilla. There was no poop pistol in any of the stores.
the less poop pistols, the better. If you ask me,
We had a whole conversation about that night.
Joni says, I'm from Arkansas, but I've lived in Florida for the last 20 years or so. Well, like I said, not everybody in Florida is like that, is eating bath salts and,
Yeah.
Well, Otis, your sister's still there too, right? Is it
yeah,
your
but
sister?
she's not one of the exceptions. She's a weirdo.
I got family that lives in Florida too. They love it. It just seems like the really weird stories seem to come out of there. There in Ontario, Canada. Both those places get some weird shit coming out.
Yeah. What the hell was it? Me and Mrs. Dreads talked about it. It was leprosy.
Yeah.
I
That's what
thought
said.
that
Don't
I
go
thought
catch
that was some
leprosy.
biblical shit that you just don't hear about anymore. It's like 80% of all the cases of leprosy in Florida are in Central Florida. And they're like the top state or one of the top states in the United States as a whole for having the most cases of leprosy. What is in the water down there other than fucking alligators?
It's fucking karma. That's God's punishment for Casey Anthony. You stupid motherfucker's gonna let her off. Well, here's your fucking leprosy.
Here's your leprosy. Have a good day, sir. I say good day.
Oh Lord. But y'all forgot about her, didn't you?
I know I did, right? Jody says started out Jacksonville, then Gainesville, now Ocala. This is where that book, The Yearling, is based on. Don't like the beach. The middle of the swamp areas are the best.
That's right.
He's shooting gators.
I got an uncle who's buried in Ocala. You got another family member who lives there. Yeah.
Oh, I got something for when you think the swamps and Everglades. Oh, I can't get enough of this guy.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna play him?
Oh,
The
you
one I
know
sent
which
you?
one I'm playing.
Oh, is it?
Tony, are you shooting gators out there?
Said, what are you doing? I'm eating cheesecake. Have you? I don't. Let me. Let's see. I don't know if you've seen this. Lowe's. This is good. This is what happens in Florida, and my sister is the one that actually sent this to me.
Oh gosh, I forgot about this one. I thought you were playing the other one.
Oh no, yeah. Watch this guy.
Hey, buddy, you all right?
He's naked.
Nice.
You just eat cheesecake in the middle of the Everglades?
Yeah. That man's living.
He's in his fucking
buddy,
tighty
you all
whities
right?
in the middle of the Everglades.
You just eat cheesecake in the middle of the Everglades? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what to do you?
Why
It tastes so much better.
What's that, Los?
Why you shine that light on me? I'm partying, motherfucker.
I know, right? I mean, barefoot in the middle of the night in the Everglades. There's things, and they haven't heard the song by Charlie Daniels called Woolly Swamp, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever go down to the Woolly Swamp, Better not go at night eating your cheesecake in the middle of the Everglades.
I'd have left that man alone. I'd have just got out of there. Oh, fuck that.
I thought you were playing a Bayou clip there for a few minutes. I thought
The
that's
what?
where you were going with that. The Bayou clip that I sent you from
That's
Swamp
Louisiana.
People. Yeah.
That guy. That
Oh,
Louisiana.
Boomhauer, the live action Boomhauer.
But I'm sure somebody saw that clip of the dude in the Everglades and went, "Oh man, that's my kindred spirit."
Oh.
There's somebody for everybody.
I love that dude.
That's why I stopped drinking, because I do shit like that.
Right, and see here we go. Joni just it doesn't get cold enough here. You're right. Flesh eating bacteria is parasites. It can be harsh. See?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. An alligator turtle.
An alligator
Kelly would be going after and collecting that turtle.
You have no idea. I want to go to Everglades so bad. A friend of mine, she's into like tortoises and snakes and stuff like me, and she sent me this thing because they're paying people crazy money to go down and hunt Burmese pythons.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can see you in the Everglades tackling one of them. She's like, you can bring it back. And I was like, that's the thing. I wouldn't be killing them. I'd be bringing them home. Then I'd have a house full of berms again. But no, I would go nuts in a place like that. I would be finding everything and wanting to bring it home.
And I'd be miserable.
Yeah.
Alligator
And Carlos would be in
snapping
his
turtles.
tiny
Yeah,
onesies
fuck
while
that.
I'm stealing everything.
Maybe I'm just too suburbanized, but that ain't my thing. Okay, I every animal, every little creature out there, has its place in the fucking food chain and whatever. I just don't want to be around them. I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders and snakes. But that ain't what it takes to love me. Everybody sing along. Yeah, you didn't know this would be a karaoke show.
The what?
Huh?
I was waiting for Ruby Soho out of Bobby. We still haven't gotten that one.
No.
That's because
Sorry.
Ruby isn't here right now.
Well, plus it's a matter of I really haven't heard the song in like 20 years. I kind of forget it.
We have someone who follows the Trill Crime show that her name is Ruby Slippers, and he said every time he sees that he thinks of that song.
Yeah. I think
Jody
the
said
destination
she had
unknown.
a pet what? Python? You had a pet python?
Eat chicken right from.
Oh, it might be the alligator snapper.
Oh, maybe the alligator. Yeah, husband made her get rid of it.
Oh,
We had our first
I love
kiss. She
snappers.
cried.
They're cool.
Oh.
She said, "Fuck them kids. Get my alligator." You're going to be right in the middle of it in Orlando. That's La La Land. Mm-hmm.
It's Casey Anthony's
I
town.
know.
Oh, really?
An alligator snapper.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kelly. You guys can't see who it is, but I can over here on my handy dandy new laptop over here.
Nice.
Welcome, Kelly.
We got
the
a
Unright
Kelly in the house.
family.
Morning and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Miserable New Year, I mean. Fuck a bunch of New Year. 2024, more of the same. Yeah, I hope COVID comes back. I'm ready to wear a mask.
I mean, we do have Limp Bizkit touring with Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's weird.
I
Have you
know,
seen Biscuit though?
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get my tickets.
That is weird.
Good luck for the next 365. Nope, maybe. I
I need a fucking miracle. There ain't no way I'm getting out of this fucking year alive. No way. I'm not gonna allow it.
I'm not gonna allow it.
Hey, I got an easy ticket for you when it come to Leakin Park, like I keep talking about.
Stand there for 5 minutes, man. That'll be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Los.
That's a creepy place.
Kelly wants to go to Leakin Park, man.
Oh,
How do you feel about that? I'm not too I'm not like all excited like I
I
am to
told him
go
it's
to
gonna
this
be a
film
date
festival.
Dude, I'm about it.
We're gonna make a date night of
Yeah,
it.
like I'm pretty much dead inside, so nothing really like, scares me. Like, yeah. So when I heard about that, I thought that was I've never heard about it. And what's that,
Me
like
neither.
45 minutes
It's
from where we were?
crazy growing
Yeah.
up there and never hearing of
Yeah.
it. I
Like,
mean,
up
we weren't even that
Patterson
far.
Park, Druid Hill, all like like the city parks, like you hear about, and then we had the Legend of the Bunny Man out there, but I never heard of. And then
No,
when she was telling me about it, I was like, "Are you saying Lincoln Park? Like, what are you saying?"
I know. Lincoln, my skin. That was horrible.
No,
That place
he's a
is
weirdo,
spooky
too.
looking. If you
It
go, at least
really
take a pistol or something.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going in there unarmed. At least if you have two
No
brain
way.
cells to rub together. You're not.
And without the kids, of course. That's why we said we're gonna make it a date night, so we got somebody watching our little ones when we
A
go.
date night in Murder Park.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, it sounds about
That
right.
sounds right up your alley. I mean, I've seen the little bats hanging above
The dead
your
shit in our house.
yeah.
The funny thing is, so when I was doing it in my office area, the show with you guys, behind my head there's like a rib cage up on the wall, and I spray painted it black and I decorated it with some flowers. But that was one of the first things I made Carlos do years ago. We were driving in my Jeep and I was like, "Holy shit! There's a dead deer on the side of the road. Its rib cage is exposed." We got out. It was like middle of winter. He grabs the hacksaw, helps me saw this rib cage off this deer. We threw it in the back of the van or in the back of the Jeep. And we still got it all these years later, hung up on the wall. And I was like, "See, you're perfect for me. You're a weirdo too."
Awesome.
I really don't know how to feel about that. I think that's fucking impressive as hell.
We are
Just,
weird.
I mean, I don't know what's more impressive, and is the fact that you just had a hacksaw on hand, or
Well-
that you actually used it to cut up a deer.
Yeah.
We're not normal. I mean, that's why we all get along so well here. Oh, thank you. Oh.
Yeah, you got a little fan. All it took was that fucking deer story.
Oh, believe me, I'll have to do the next show in my office again if people like dead stuff, so they can see all the crazy things we have in there. I don't know if you guys were on when Otis talked about our baby crib. We had when our kids were a baby, he came to visit us in Baltimore, and he actually stayed in our baby's bedroom. And we had a crib that was handmade with branches over top because our daughter, her name was Willow, and he came in and he's like, "Do you have fucking dead bats hanging above your kid's crib?" And I was like, "Yeah, like of course we do." So
Of course we fucking
yeah,
everyone.
like who doesn't? But there's like willow branches almost above her crib, and we had taxidermy bats hanging above her crib. She couldn't reach them, of course, but decorating her crib. So we're not exactly right in the head, but who is in the true crime world, right?
Yeah, you have the same hobby Ed Gein had.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly. You guys are like
Dark as
kindred
hell.
spirits. Fuck the
Yeah.
guy in the middle of the Everglades.
That's what I said when I sent that zodiac sheet. I was like, Ed Gein being a Virgo makes sense. We got the same hobby.
I know. That's wild.
You see the
I dig it,
on
though.
TV,
It's
and
pretty
then I
cool.
met her, and I was like, "Oh, that's all white."
I picked up a wild
Oh.
hog skull off the
That's
road
awesome.
recently. That was Kelly because she lives down there in Texas. So I guess
okay.
that kind of stuff just lays around that and squished
Well,
armadillos.
Well, if you wanted to
that-
be real 2023 with it, then you'd have to hit somebody with that skull. Throw it at them, attack them with it. Something.
It's still got to have the meat on it, though. If there's no fresh food on it, it doesn't count.
It's true. Wipe some ketchup on it. Throw it at somebody.
Ketchup on it. We're gonna talk about some here in just a couple hours, actually. 1 o'clock, we're gonna be talking some Trill Crime, as we've been mentioning. We're gonna talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And this is where you're gonna understand why Trill Crime doesn't abide by anybody's fucking rules. Hey, if we think you're a shitbag, you're gonna get called a shitbag.
Yeah.
If we don't play the role of this chick's a victim and it was a vigilante killing and that makes it okay, you're probably not going to like this show that we're going to do about Gypsy. Because I think there isn't just one person guilty. There isn't just two people guilty. All three. Gypsy, her boyfriend, and her mom, all guilty. The question is, who's more guilty?
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about that.
Bill
So, Bill Coker.
Fucker out
That's
here killing
facts.
everybody.
That's fucking facts right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I really wonder how that man walks around that town just normal, like everyday life, like nothing. The whole world knows about you, and you just walk around like it's just normal everyday life. I mean, I can't wrap my head around that. I might collect dead shit, but I got a conscience. That's just wild to me.
Yeah, I like that shit, but I
Yeah.
got
She didn't kill it.
I didn't kill him. I just collected him after.
So we're gonna talk about that again. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's gonna be interesting. I had done a podcast a few years back about this particular case, and
It's
if I'm
wild.
not mistaken, I kind of shit on both Gypsy and her mom and the boyfriend. So my opinion of this case hasn't really changed. But the reason we're doing this is she was just released from prison within the week.
Yeah.
And well, I have some opinions on that, but I'm going to save them for the show. Because it is kind of if you take a look at her new husband or whatever the hell he is, he looks just like her mom.
It's so crazy. It's
Isn't
wild.
it?
When I saw that picture, I was like, holy shit. It like the resemblance is scary almost, you know? That is wild. The whole situation surrounding that case is so fucked up. Every angle of that case is fucked up. Everything about it just drives me insane.
Yeah, Farmer, I think she is on I think she's on parole. So she's going to be on paper, no doubt. That's going to happen.
But again, going back to the world being woke, it's like everybody praises without just the.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
Can't get with it. Sorry.
Oh, there. Oh no,
Sorry,
there it
my
goes.
mom was calling through. I apologize.
Oh no, you're
but
fine.
The world being woke and praising things behind ignorance. You have no facts to back it up. You don't have, the thought process behind it. It's just let me jump on the bandwagon and praise no matter what the situation is. And I can't get with that. I can't back that, I guess. And we'll talk more about that later.
I saw the comment that Joni just put about, feeling sorry for the boyfriend who got life.
Yeah.
I never feel bad for anybody who kills another human being, regardless, no matter what. That's just me personally. She should have got the same.
I agree.
But
I mean,
he was very severely.
They're all
manipulated,
shitbags.
And
every day,
Sorry, Bobby.
Oh, no.
I do that to you every time. I'm sorry.
Oh no worries. I was just sitting here thinking about it when I saw that and thinking, man, it's killing another human being, and woke is the reason why this is all going on right now. Feelings over, the realism of it. A human being's life was lost. They were going to go on and continue on with this scam on their own. They're horrible people. I don't really feel sorry for him. I'm just a dick right now today because it's a shit new year. But I'm gonna say I really didn't care about the fucking mother. I don't care about the gypsy. I just don't. There's nobody in this story that is good.
I see what Joni's saying though, and I have a little bit of a hard time with it too because of the fact that he was autistic, and being a mom who has an autistic child, I see how easily kids like that can be manipulated. And I get he's not a kid, but he did have the mentality of a 15-year-old. And there are parts of that I think had he not been wrapped up in that situation, he wouldn't have killed her. Yes, he had a choice not to do it.
Sure.
But I also feel Gypsy was much more responsible. Again, we'll talk about it later than people are leading to. And then now this kid is, well, not kid. I keep calling him a kid. I guess just because of the mental state of the person. But I see what she's saying. I see both sides of that. And it's not that I feel bad. It's just life sucks sometimes. People get wrapped up in some shit and they get manipulated, and it's a rough situation at times, you know.
No, it really is. And again, we'll get so much deeper into that. We'll do a little recap of exactly what happened in case I can't imagine anybody doesn't know, you know, really about this case. I've seen her name pop up in feeds and whatnot. And then I came across a couple of days ago that she was just paroled. She was just but she got out a little early because she wasn't supposed to get out till sometime this year. So it must have been some good behavior or something. Yeah. And I'm going to go out and say it. Yeah, her voice annoys the hell out of me. I think I'm in the same company.
Yes.
I think we're looking at a case that's very similar to the West Memphis 3. I think she's out because of celebrity pressure. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw the comment. And I don't debate or argue anything that you don't believe that people should be in cages. I don't believe that human beings should be in cages neither, unless they kill somebody,
or
rape somebody, or you can't have people like that preying on your kids and your community and stuff, and just giving them a slap on the wrist and saying it's okay. Calling it all mental problems and stuff like that is a cop out too. I mean, we all got that issue, man, but we hold back. And if it's a case of upbringing or something like that, then of course you got to look at that too. And this kid was obviously autistic, whatever it is, prone to be manipulated by people. But I also think he was a manipulator too, and he was willing to go on with the process. So I get it, and I don't think that necessarily everybody who kills somebody should be in prison forever, but. Just think of the Delphi girls, because what if somebody was to say that about the Delphi girls? They find their killers and stuff, and people go, oh, but they have mental problems. It still doesn't excuse it. It still doesn't bring those girls back. It still doesn't, as a man who's not going to put up with wokeness anymore, it doesn't stop me from wanting to beat the absolute fucking shit out of somebody who does that or kill them myself.
Right.
So, bring me into the picture. You don't want to put them in cages, give me a knife and let me in a room with them for 5 minutes.
Pantera said it best, 5 minutes alone.
Yep.
An eye for an eye, Joni says,
That's the thing. Mental illness doesn't excuse that stuff, man. And that's
it really
what
doesn't.
scares me.
I agree. I knew you were going to come up and say something about that because I was thinking about it too. Yeah, mental illness doesn't excuse wrongdoing. Okay. Yes, there are some people that have mental health issues that maybe they on their own cannot obtain the help that they need. Well, you have family. You have, if you're that, one case where you just don't have any fucking family, well, then you have a problem. But you can check yourself into a place. There are ways to combat mental health. I do it. I had my Lexapro for breakfast. You had your pharmaceutical breakfast as well.
Okay, I got my Prozac right there. See, we all have those problems. My brother was schizophrenic. He's been schizophrenic his whole life. We've watched the ups and downs. We watched his 4 years in prison for assault in a bar, but he really didn't do much, but we as a family told him, I'll have your back no matter what you do. But when the smoke clears, I'm going to let you know that you were wrong. He knows that he was wrong because his family told him he was wrong. Stuff like this, it isn't the be all end all. You have to have a good family, a good structure around you to let you know, man, you fucked up.
You have a good, you have to have a good support system. Yeah. Having a good support system is like, that if you don't have that, your chances of continuing in any kind of hell, whether it be medication or therapy, is probably cut in half, if not more.
I think overall we're just as a society doing society a disservice by allowing someone like that to walk the streets without any type of help, because I think there's not a person who has watched this case or learned about this case that disagrees with the fact that she has mental health issues. So now those mental health issues obviously being untreated led to this disaster. Now we're allowing her to walk untreated again, and is that, in my opinion, is a disservice. I have issues too, we all do. I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have OCD, and I have ADHD. I have to be medicated as well. I get it, but I'm not out here murdering people either. You know, there's a difference. We understand, and I just think it's a disservice to society to just allow someone to walk like that, regardless of what their background is. I know too many people that have been abused, who have been mistreated, and you know, it just doesn't excuse things, in my opinion.
And you know, it's like with freedom of speech, people always like to throw, well, I have freedom of speech, so I can say whatever I want. But there comes a certain amount of responsibility with freedom of speech. You know, I mean, you just because you can say the N-word doesn't mean you should go into a crowd of black people and scream the N-word and then say freedom of speech. No, there's a certain amount of responsibility. And I think that's what makes it hard with mental health, because there's a greater responsibility. If you're aware that there is something wrong, you have been diagnosed with something, it then becomes your responsibility to take and get the proper, you know, help that you need. Going back to Gypsy, Donna says, and how many doctors did she see? Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. We're going to dive into that. Absolutely. Yeah, you can say whatever, but behavior has consequences, and there comes, with freedom comes a great responsibility. With freedom of speech comes a great responsibility. Not to get all political, but you have to watch, you know, you have to watch what you say, not in the form of cancel culture or anything like that. It's about being respect, you know, and showing respect to other people. You don't, you know, again, don't go into a crowd of black people and scream the N-word and then say, oh, it's freedom of speech, I can say whatever I want. Okay, but they can also beat your ass.
Oh yeah.
So there's consequences to your actions.
Yeah, you can surely say whatever you want, but you know, the beauty of freedom of speech is they can say whatever they want back to you.
Absolutely.
You know, and they're going to call you on it. So it is good.
So yeah, it is. It's a very slippery slope, and I think a lot of people don't really, you know, pay attention to that. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Yeah. The truth.
I like Jody. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Well, welcome back, Los. You made it back for the hang loose, bro.
Sorry, as we said before, we have 4 kids, and so there's like constant interruptions here. They're on break right now, so of course 4 kids in the house can get a little crazy. So,
yeah.
On daddy duty.
Oh.
Well, before we get in and actually do the whole Trill Crime show right now,
right.
We better say goodbye. Before we do, looky what I have, because I got some coasters, some slate coasters that is ingrained. That is with a laser engraved. That ain't coming off. It's got a nice sheen to it. It's got some protection. Look, nice cork background. If you want some, I got an end of the year special.
Woo! You're a saying he wants them anyway.
A set of 6. They were going for about, actually they've dropped probably about $20. We started out with like $60, then we went to 50. Now I think just because I have so many of them right now, $40. Low price. Let's make a deal. $40 for the coaster, or what's behind door number 2?
Is there bacon behind door number 2?
Yeah, I know if there's bacon behind door number 2. Fuck them coasters. But hey, you can always hit me up. Hey, you can, drop a comment in this on YouTube. You're over there on the book of faces. You can find me at Otis B Dreads, Night of Living Dreads, all that good stuff if you want some. So, what in the world?
She is determined to
Kitty.
be in the camera every single time we are on a show. She is determined, it seems like.
Oh, look at this.
What?
My 16-year-old daughter's friend murdered their other friend and tried to blame it on autism and ADHD.
Hey, CW, that's
crazy.
what I'm saying. Let's look at it realistically. Just about every kid in school has been diagnosed with some form of mental illness. You got 75% or so of kids who are on psych meds and stuff like that. It can always use that as an excuse. There has to be a set of standards in our society that says you can't kill anybody, you can't rape anybody, you can't beat the shit out of nobody, you can't steal from nobody. Because if you have crimes that are filled with victims like that, you can't just release people. But there has to be a punishment for it. Regardless, I could go out and do something and say, hey, look, I'm on psych meds and stuff. I have to restrain myself. I don't have that in me anyway, which is why I do true crime anyway, because I'm trying to understand it. But
it's called fucking accountability and responsibility, something our society doesn't know shit about anymore.
Yep.
And that's part of the problem. There's no
100%.
Right. And then
Well
that's
said.
what I was saying. You got to have some responsibility, not just in like a freedom of speech type deal, but you also have to have responsibility for your mental illness. For your mental health. And we all have issues, as we stated, PTSD, anxiety. I'm borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder.
We got the whole fucking alphabet here between the three of us.
I mean, we really do. Yeah. All the alphabet diagnosis, we got them all. So, yes, that's probably, with maybe some external issues, environmental issues, but we live in a very insane, toxic, world right now. I mean, it's just a very toxic, and I think that's why people are starting to become more recluse. I think that's why you're seeing an influx in mental health. And the mental health system is not keeping up with the influx of people they're diagnosing. Borderline personality disorder, has been around for 30 some years and nobody knew about it. Everybody was diagnosing as bipolar and they were mistreating these people. I was one of them. And so it takes, 3 times as long to get the proper help that you need because of all the misdiagnosis. And I don't know, I'm going on a rant. That's like my sweet spot right there, man. Mental health.
This podcast is brought to you by Pfizer. Let's face it, that's a big part of what this deal is.
And
they want everybody diagnosed, man, with something. They want it. They don't want to tell everybody and let everybody know, hey, look, society is the fucking problem. You were never supposed to live like this. Your body can't adapt. Your mind can't adapt. So we're going to keep you on these fucking pills, and Pfizer's going to make billions off of you, and we're going to push them. And anytime that you cry, anytime that you have a fucking feeling or an emotion in front of a doctor, you're going to get some of these. Thanks, Pfizer.
Yeah.
I think that's a big problem with it too.
Absolutely.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it and stuff. There's a lot of us have issues, and I think my main issues are I just can't adapt to the way that society is run. I have a lot of problems with it. It fucks with my head. I don't want to live that way, but I'm forced to. As a Christian, that really bothers me too, and that drives me to anxiety and stuff a lot. And nobody ever wants to talk about that. We're not going to straighten the world up for people. No, we're going to try to straighten people up to the world that we created so that we can make some fucking money off of you. And I think that's a big problem too.
Profits over people, man. It's always been that way. It doesn't matter your well-being. They like to push narratives that, oh, we care about you. This is supposed to be a caring, I'm not going to get all political, but a caring government, we care about you and we're doing this. No, you don't, because let's look at exactly, Donna, big business. Joni says the love of money is the root of all evil. Absolutely. So why do churches?
100%.
Hell, nothing opened my eyes more than this COVID movement with all that bullshit, the conspiracies, the vaccine, all of that. And I might piss some people off with that, but I have personal experience after losing my dad, and I can tell you, this world is, and especially the medical field, is all about money. 1000% all about money, and I've never had my eyes open or been more woke, since
Right.
the COVID situation. So I get it.
All right.
Take a second too. Going back to stoicism with the mental health and stuff. Like all the best medicines are free if we take the time and actually enjoy them, like sunlight, fresh air, laughing. Fruits, vegetables.
Yes.
It doesn't. And like Bobby said, like we get stuck in these like cycles. It seems like where you feel all right for a minute and you go back into your routine, and that routine sucks. So then your mind gets all fucked again. So then you take your time and get straightened out, and you go back to your routine, and it's a constant circle. The Stoics preach about being outside, being physically healthy.
PMA, which is big for Carlos.
Yes,
he's always reminded me of positive mental attitude.
Yeah, so happiness is a choice. You know what I mean? Like
It really
the world
is.
around us sucks, but
Yeah.
if we
Absolutely,
control
man.
our emotions, you can see like a more positive picture. If they knew better, they do better, and we got to set the example. And not that I'm a great example, but if just try to be better. 2% better every day.
And walk barefoot as much as you
Being
can.
grounded.
I've heard that. What is the deal with that?
It's called being grounded, and they have like scientific basis surrounding all that now. They've done a lot of research on just walking barefoot on the ground and the endorphins that it sends through your body. So there's a lot of physiology involved in that. It sends endorphins, which are basically natural highs for your body, to give you that positive mental image again. And grounding is apparently a way of doing that, just touching the ground with your body. Yeah. So
like
I could see that.
when you guys were younger, did your parents put like onions in your socks when you were sick?
I've heard of that. Jody
My
has
mom
done
used to
that
do
for
it.
like infection. It turns it like brown and shit.
Yeah.
It like sucks out all the. It's like a
Pulls out the
detoxifying.
toxins.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's like the same kind of thing, except
The ground.
Yeah. So it's something about your feet that pull everything together. It seems like, or pull the bad shit out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've heard about that too. Be something worth checking into. My mom used to use. She didn't use onions. She used Vicks Vapor Rub for some reason.
That was a cure-all.
That's wild, though. Yeah, definitely. Getting back to nature,
and
man.
you know what?
There's no fucking excuse. Like, you can change the world around you in the end. Yes, it's hard, and we've all been at the low points where we just can't see the way out. And eventually you have to change that, no matter what your background is, abuse, drugs, neglect, whatever the case may be, mental health. In the end, it's all about the way you react and the way what you put out into your environment. 100%. And we can all change that. Murder is not the excuse. I mean, it's not the end result. It doesn't need to be the end result. There's ways out.
Exactly. And then don't use your mental health or your disorders or whatever by saying, I have this, so therefore oh sorry, Annie came in.
Sociopath. That maybe we can give you an excuse. But
yeah, you can't use these things as an excuse. There has to be accountability for your actions. Oh, well, I was this way, so I couldn't help myself. No, you could. As men. Hey, get over here. As we've all said, we all of us are a little fucked up in our own little way, but all of us are not out murdering people. We are taking responsibility for our lives, whether that is, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to take responsibility for that. And we're all doing so, whether we like the fact that we have to take a hey, Annie, come here. Come here.
She's down there getting Carl, isn't she?
No, actually, so we have to take him out like one by one. I have to get a small harness for her
She's
because
cute.
she books it all around, and we don't have a fenced-in yard. And
I don't think Carlos has seen her yet. You have her right there? I don't think Carlos has seen her yet. Is she right there with you? Or she's taken off. Don't worry about it. We'll show him another time.
No,
But
she's
I was telling him how
inside
cute
here.
she is.
Oh, I will. We'll I don't know if you can hear.
She
I
wants
can
to
hear
be
her.
on the show.
But yeah, man. Hey, we'll get into, you know, some of this mental health discussion too during the Trill Crime show, because it does play into that. Because, you know, was it Munchausen by proxy or something like that? We're going to talk about that because that is a mental health disorder that the mom had. And then she kind of passed on some bad mental health traits to Gypsy, and it's good. It's going to be an interesting show, and I hope you guys can. All right, hold on, man.
She all right?
Yeah, she just wants to go out there. We have to take them out separate, and she didn't get to go first. So hey, with that, hey, thank you, Los. I think you're good. Are you gonna be on with us, man, with the Trill Crime?
I'm not. I think I'm gonna be on dad duty.
Oh,
That way
you're
she
good.
can- Yeah, I'll be watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That dude.
Well, man, we're gonna have to
Fun.
have you on again sometime, man. It was
The next time he's off again, we'll definitely let you know ahead of time.
oh, absolutely. So this damn dog. So all right, you guys have a good Monday, and we'll see. Jesus, we'll see you in just a couple hours. Trill Crime, 1 p.m. Eastern.